Incoming transmission standby. Welcome to the Nod News Network. Officials said U.S. drone operations would be limited to surveillance and reconnaissance. The U.S. military clarified that its drone flights in Niger will be limited to intelligence-gathering purposes only, saying armed counterterrorism missions remain largely suspended following the recent coup in the African country. At a press conference on Thursday, Pentagon Deputy Spokeswoman Sabrina Singh was asked whether Washington was still engaged in kinetic operations in Niger, a day after a top U.S. general suggested that such missions have been resumed. "All I can say right now is that we have not resumed counter-terrorism operations. We simply conduct ISR, intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance, flights to monitor any threats," the press secretary said. 4th General James Hecker told a security conference in Maryland that U.S. forces based in Niger were doing a large amount of missions that they were doing before, explaining that the military had resumed some manned aircraft and drone flights in the country after a brief pause due to a military coup there in July. "For a while, we weren't doing any missions on the bases, they pretty much closed down the airfields," he said, as cited by the Associated Press. Defense Department Press Secretary Patrick Ryder also reportedly confirmed that Washington was back flying missions in Niger, but only to monitor for threats for the purposes of force protection. Last week, Niamey's new military rulers announced that they had reopened Nigerian airspace to all commercial flights, which had been closed since early August, just days after they took control of the government. However, a U.S. military official told the state-run Voice of America news outlet that commercial flight access had not normalized drone flight frequencies. Asked how often U.S. drones were operating in Niger, Singh declined to get into timelines and how frequently they're flying, only saying they are meant to monitor any threats to our troops and are just there for force protection. She added that the Pentagon has sought the appropriate authorities from Niger's military junta, but refused to elaborate on U.S. coordination with the local authorities. This has been the Nod News Network, transmission complete.